back to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for joining me here for a new video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a thrift with me, so I'm going to bring you along to the thrift store and we're going to see what we can find. I have a small little list of some things that I want to look for, and one of those things is a little patio set to go out here on our outdoor balcony that's right off of our living room. And then I also just have a few other things that I want to keep an eye out for, so I'm very excited to bring you along with us today to do some thrifting. We're going to go to some of our favorite thrift stores, and then once we get done, I will come back here and share with you the haul. So I hope that you enjoy this, and I'll see you when we get to the first store. Okay, our first stop of the day was this Goodwill, and I loved this little book right here, How to Grow More Vegetables. I love to browse through the books. We like to try to go to the Goodwills first if we're out early enough, because those stores seem to get picked over the quickest. So we will go to a few Goodwills and see what we can find. I loved this amber bread pan for only $3.99. And then after that is when we will go to the more curated shops, and the consignment stores and things like that. We did look through the furniture at each Goodwill, but we didn't see anything we loved for our balcony. So I'm going to bring you along in future videos as we continue to try to thrift a cute little set to go out there in that space. So stay tuned for that. I thought that these copper molds were so pretty. These would be beautiful in a cottage kitchen. This one was $4.99, and then the bigger one was $7.99. Now we are on to the next thrift store. This place had so many pieces that kept making me think of fall. So for example, that little brass bowl would be beautiful for all year round, but also for fall decor. And then this set of dishes, I could also envision these on a fall tablescape for a fall dinner party. There are so many ways that you can use these. I love this beautiful color. Such pretty glassware. Candlesticks are another item that I love to thrift for my tablescapes. I have a few that are very similar to these. I thought these would be so pretty on a tablescape, so I had to get a clip of those. Definitely always be on the hunt for those when you are thrifting. you will notice I'm being very mindful on what I bring home. I really have to have discipline when I'm out thrifting because it's easy to just love everything that is beautiful that I find and want to bring it home. But over the years, I have learned the importance of being selective and only bringing home what I truly love and that I feel I want in our space. Because it's so easy to collect too much for me and then I'm overwhelmed. So I wanted to mention that I am trying to be like mindful of my thrifting. And I also do have an antique booth that I love. It's something I enjoy doing in my free time. It's a really good creative outlet for me. But I have collected so many pieces through the years that I have not needed to buy anything to put in my booth for a long time. Just as I go through my own collection, I will put things in it here and there. And once those sell, then I'll add more. And I'm not needing to buy anything to go in there. But I get that question all the time on if I still have my booth, and I do. I don't plan to get rid of that anytime soon. I love to have my booth. It's so fun to decorate. I'm just so thankful for it. But this is an example of why I also love to be mindful and be selective on what I bring home. This beautiful spongeware pottery has been something that I've wanted to find for months and months. And I'm so excited that I finally came across the perfect pieces, and this makes me very thankful that I put back all the other pieces of pottery over like the last few months that I have looked at and decided against because it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm so thankful that I did that because it's more exciting when you finally find the right pieces. So anyway, these did come home with me and I can't wait to add them to our cottage kitchen. These next few pieces would be beautiful in a cottage garden, but they were more than I wanted to spend. This little chair was $30, and then the next table that I'm going to share with you, the chairs were, I believe, $100 each. This is too big for our space anyway, but I wanted to include a clip of it because these do have so much character and it's such a pretty piece, especially for a cottage garden. Okay, let's get started with this thrift haul. I'm so excited to share with you these finds. I found some of my most favorite pottery pieces of all time, some beautiful baskets, so let's go ahead and get into it. My heart just loves baskets so much. They're so beautiful and there's so many ways that you can use them to be functional and also to be beautiful in your home. This one was $4.99. It's this little egg basket. And I'm gonna add this to my egg basket collection. I have at the top of my hutch, if you watched my home tour, I have all different sizes and textures of egg baskets up there. Egg baskets and regular baskets. So this is gonna probably go up there with those. And then I'll just grab one down when I need it. And then I also grabbed this wicker tray. This was only $2.99. I thought this was such a good deal for this because there are so many different ways that I can use this in our home. It's going to be really great for organizing. So I picked that up, and then the best basket is this last one. It is huge. This one was $7.99. These were all from the same thrift store. And in the store, they had this filled with vintage quilts, which is everything that I love. If you watch my videos, you know that I love to collect vintage quilts, so I thought that would be a great way to use this. Or it could be a laundry basket. You could put a liner in it. So I just can't wait to find a spot for that big basket. And then the next thing that I found are these adorable little teacups. I've actually had my eye on these for several weeks now, and every time I go to the thrift store, they're still there. So this last time that I left, I said, okay, if they're still there next time, I'm gonna get them, because I couldn't decide on if I wanted to get them because there's only 3 of them, but after thinking about it for a long time, they actually are the perfect size, because a lot of times when I thrift teacups, they're really small and they don't hold much liquid, so they don't hold much tea or coffee or whatever I use them for. And these are bigger and they're so pretty. So I think that I will use these a lot for tea and coffee since they're bigger. They were $3.50 each, and that is why I was a little bit indecisive on if I wanted to pay that much per teacup since it didn't have a saucer or anything with it. But again, I think it was worth that price. And what I love the most about it is the design on it. I think it is so pretty. And these are Wedgwood. So it says Wedgwood Home, made in England. And again, I did get 3. Okay, and then I found 2 plates. These are Oxford blue transferware. I love to collect blue and white dishes, and I love when they have a beautiful scene on them. So this is a church and some houses in the background with a horse-drawn carriage. I thought these were so pretty. They were $5.50 each. Okay, now let's get into all of the pottery that I found. These pieces have been on my wish list to find for almost a year now. I have been wanting to find some more stoneware and like pottery pieces. As far as dishes, I have found a lot of mugs recently, but I really wanted to try to find some more dishes to add in, preferably like the blue and white, because I just love anything blue and white, you all know. So the first piece that I found, we found all of this on the same day, which is just so crazy to me. I'm so excited. The first ones that we stumbled across are these mugs, which make me so happy. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous pottery. These are spongeware pottery, and they were $7.99 for the pair. And if you see there on the tag, it says Bobby Pottery, and I had never heard of that before. So I looked it up when I got home, and it's actually made in Bobby, Kentucky. So I thought that was so neat. It says that they started to make this in 1809, which again, so fascinating, so cool to know. I love this is like locally made pottery, and it's so beautiful. So that is the first thing I'm so excited about. I can't wait to use these in our kitchen. So beautiful to add to a cottage kitchen. I can't wait to drink coffee out of these. And then when we went to the next store, I couldn't believe when we stumbled across this set. So the first piece in this set is this covered dish. From what I read online, some people were calling it a tureen and some people were calling it a covered casserole dish. I feel like it might be a casserole dish just because I don't see a spot for a ladle. So that is what I believe this piece is. I love the handles. I love the lid. It's so beautiful. And there's a little BB on the inside of the lid for Bobby Pottery. And then there it is again on the bottom. And this was $18.50. And at first I kind of was indecisive on whether I wanted to pay that much for these pieces. But when you think about how much work went into this, how unique of a piece it is, it's real pottery made here in Kentucky, I was like, you know what, that's actually such a good price. And not only that, like my husband reminded me, think about how much that would be if you're buying it new or if you're buying it anywhere else, like at an antique store or anything like that. It's going to be so much more than that. I will have this for years and years. Look at the little handles on the side. It's just such a pretty piece. The next piece that we found is this beautiful dish here. This is like an open casserole dish. It's round. And on the bottom of this one, it does say Bobby Kentucky fully spelled out on there, which is so cool. And then it also has the little BB. I cannot believe that I found this set of pieces at a different store than the mugs. I just still can't get over that. And then there's one more piece to go along with it, which is this little bowl. How adorable is this? This one was $6.50. I love the handle. As soon as I saw this, I was like, this is going to be the perfect soup bowl. I don't know what this was originally used for. It said online it was probably used as like a small mixing bowl because of the spouts, or a small serving dish. But for our home, I can see me using this the most as a little soup bowl to eat soup out of this fall and winter. So I'm very excited about this piece. It's so pretty. These are all in perfect condition too. And again, it has the little BB on the bottom. And then that is everything from this little collection that I was so excited about. And then on a completely different aisle at that same thrift store that I found those other 3 pieces, I found this set, which I absolutely had to get. It is handmade, and this just makes my heart so happy. I cannot wait to add this to one of my hutches in the dining room. I actually have a hutch that I didn't even share in the home tour because I forgot to film that wall, but it's like an open hutch and it holds all of my cookbooks. I shared it, I think, back in like February last on my channel. It's holding like all of my cookbooks and some glassware. I think I'm gonna add this set to that hutch because it's open and you'll be able to see it really well. But I just love this pottery piece so much. On the bottom it says Irene, which is again so special to know that that is the person that made this. This was $14.50. It has the cutest little lid. So pretty. It also came with a little mug. How gorgeous. This was $4.50. And again, it says Irene's name on the bottom. So I can't wait to add these pieces to our home and to really start to decorate with them. I also found 2 other pieces from that store. I just remembered, let me go grab them. Okay, the very last thing we found at that thrift store are 2 puzzles. I was so excited to find these. My husband and I love to do puzzles. I cannot wait for this fall and winter to do these. This one is called Harvest Kitchen, and it's so perfect. Look at the dog and then the little orange kitty. The rocking chair, the stove, the tomatoes in the windowsill, the pumpkins, and these were only $3 each, which I thought was so good for these. And also, I opened them and made sure they hadn't been opened first, so they're still in the plastic, and I am very excited to do these. It's gonna be so fun, like with a little fall movie on. And then this one for Christmas time with Frosty the Snowman. We love the movie Jack Frost. That's what this reminded me of. And then the best part about it is the little kitty on the porch. Oh my goodness. So precious, with a little tree in the window. I can't wait. So that is everything that we thrifted today on our little outing. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along with me for another thrift with me. I have so many fun videos like this planned that are coming very soon. So I would love for you to subscribe and join us here for more thrifting and decorating content. I would also love for you to let me know in the comments below what is something that you have thrifted recently for your own homes. I would love to hear. And what is your favorite piece from this haul? I would love to read through that and chat with you all down below in the comments. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day and your week, and I will see you again very soon for a brand new video. Bye, friends. We are going to be thrifting again in my very next video, and we're also going to be decorating with all of the new pieces that I shared with you in today's thrift haul, so make sure that you subscribe and come back for more thrifting and decorating content next week. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.